Well, everybody, here is the video that I haven't done in a week, but it's here right now. Today's video is going to be movies that I've watched slash rewatched for July 29th through uh, through August 11th, August 11th, 2025. So, anyways, no time to waste. Let's get on with the video. Starting with this, starting with Tuesday, July 29th through July 31st. Starting with July 29th. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 1995 movies, in honor of the franchise's 30th anniversary. That started it all. December 28th, 1999. And if you guys haven't seen the first Toy Story movie, I highly recommend y'all to watch it since, like I said, the franchise will be turning 30 this year. So, yep, which is in November. And I did rewatch the sequel, just like the first Toy Story movie. Amazing childhood sequel right here. The print date is August 16th, 2000. Definitely one of my all-time favorite Toy Story movies right here. And this movie has the real ending when Andy goes to college. I finally rewatched this fourth movie on Blu-ray. And it's not as good as the first three Toy Story movies, but this is still a great sequel to the first three Toy Story movies. So, yep. And if anyone hates the fourth Toy Story movie, I can handle your guys' opinions. So, yep. And now, let's get on to Wednesday and Thursday. So, anyways, let's continue on. Really good 2005 movie right here that has American Ferrero and Blake Lively. And this movie also has Nancy Travis in it too, who plays Vanessa Baxter in the TV series Last Man Standing. Excellent 2016 Disney anime movie right here, and definitely one of my all-time favorite 2016 movies right here as well. If you guys haven't seen the first Moana movie. And yes, I'll be showing the sequel next, so stay tuned. And now, here's the sequel, which is Moana 2. And yes, this is a really good sequel to the first Moana movie from 2024. And if anyone hates the sequel, I can handle your guys' opinion since, like I said, really good sequel to the first Moana movie from 2024. And this is the first Disney animated movies to be released on physical media by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. In case you haven't noticed, so yep. While Inside Out 2 will be the very first Pixar movies to be released on physical media by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. And the rest of the Disney, Walt Disney Studios movies, like Marvel, Lucasfilms, 20th Street Studios, Searchlight Pictures, Disney Live Action, they'll all be released by physical media by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. So, yep. And now, let's get on to Thursday. And definitely a really good 2024 movie. I mean, a really good 2025 movie, in my opinion. And of course, the meme, which is Chicken Jockey, is seen in this movie. And if anyone hates this movie, like I said, I can handle your guys' opinion, which, like I said, this is a really good 2025 movie that has Jack Black, who plays Steve. So anyways, let's continue on. And this is a way better adaptation of Andy, which the 2014 movie that has Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz do suck, in my opinion. So, yep. But I'm glad I rewatched this classic 1982 movie. So, yep. Definitely a classic golf movie from 1980 that has Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, and Brian Doyle Murray. And now, let's get on to Friday and Saturday. So, anyways, let's continue on. This is definitely a really good 2019 movie that has Will Smith and Tom Holland. And this is one of the last Blue Sky Studios movie ever made before it got shut down by Disney in 2021. So, yep. And we're all going to be missed Blue Sky Studios back in 2021, so in case you haven't noticed. And now, here's this movie right here. Which, this movie is really good, in my opinion, that stars Mark Wahlberg. And that's it for the movies that I've watched slash rewatch for August 1st. And now let's get on for August 2nd. December 22nd, 1994. So printed 3 days before Christmas of that year. And I did rewatch this movie Saturday morning. And this is an amazing 1994 movie. And this is a way better Mask. And this is a way better Mask movie than the crappy 2005 sequel, Son of the Mask. Hang on a second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. I was just choking for a second there. And I'm just coughing there. But we're good now. Definitely a really good 1996 movie that I've watched for the first time, starring Kevin Costner and Rene Russo. May 6, 1997. And yes, I did rewatch the 2 Disney animated movies Saturday night, which is August 2nd. Which, this movie right here is still one of my all-time favorite Disney anime movies from 1998. December 30th, 1998. So printed a day before New Year's Eve and 2 days before New Year's Day of 1999. So, yep. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, go watch it. And same movie. I highly recommend you all to watch this movie right here, which is The Princess and the Frog. And now, let's get on to Sunday, which is August 3rd. And this is a really good 1989 movie that has Sybil Shepherd, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan O'Neal, and Mary Stuart Masterson. And this movie also has Christopher McDonald in it as well. July 5th, 1997, so printed the day before, it's actually the day after Independence Day of that year. My mistake there. And printed the 27th week of 1997. And now, here are the 2 Color Purple movies that I've rewatched after my family and I got home from seeing Baby Carmen at Anthony and Jalen's house. And this is the 1985 version of The Color Purple. And if you guys haven't seen this 1985 version of The Color Purple, go and watch it, which has Oprah Winfrey, Danny Glover, and Whoopi Goldberg. And now, here's the 2023 version of The Color Purple. And yes, this is a way better adaptation than the 1985 version. And now, here are the movies that I've rewatched on Monday, August 4th, which is last week. So, here they are. And this is a pretty good unofficial sequel to Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. And this is the last filmation movie ever made before it got defunct in 1989. And this tape is damaged at the beginning during the black screen and towards the FBI warning screen. And no, this copy does not have the pre for the Goodbye Bird at beginning, or the Happily Ever After toys and the Chip Cola banana commercial, because this copy right here is version 2 of the 1993 VHS of this movie. So just to let you all know. So anyways, let's continue on. Really good 2005 movie right here that stars Kurt Russell and Dakota Fanning. And yes, I did remember rewatching this movie back in January of this year. But now I've rewatched it back in August of this year. Still a really good 2005 movie that has Kurt Russell and Dakota Fanning. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 2000 movies right here. And definitely one of my all-time favorite movies as well, that I've rewatched on Monday night, which is last week. February 14th, or Valentine's Day 2001. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend y'all to watch it soon. So, yep. Definitely a classic right here from 1979 that has Dustin Hoffman, Meryl Streep, and Justin Henry, who plays Billy in the movie. And definitely one of my all-time favorite part is when the ice cream scene, when Billy gets into the ice cream and gets in trouble. So, yep. And I kind of like this movie, and like this part right here. The print date's March 6, 1997. And printed the 10th week of 1997. And printed March 6, 1997 is printed my birthday of that year. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend y'all to watch it soon. So, yep. This is the 1951 version of Alice in Wonderland. And yes, I did rewatch this movie after I've rewatched the 1984 animated show Transformers on YouTube. So, yep. And definitely one of my all-time favorite classic Disney anime movies right here. June 18th, 1999. If you guys haven't seen this movie, go and watch it. And yes, I did rewatch the 2010 Alice in Wonderland movie, directed by Tim Burton and stars Johnny Depp on Disney Plus. Really good 2010 Disney live action movie right here. And now, let's get on to Wednesday, which is last week. And this is the last VHS that I ever watched, before it got damaged at the end of the movie, and before the making of this movie at the end. But at least the rest of the tape still plays fine. September 1st, 1997. But at least I'm still gonna keep this VHS, because VHS is my life. Really good 2003 football movie that has Ed Harris and Cuba Gooding Jr. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 2024 movies right here. And definitely one of my all-time favorite DreamWorks anime movies that I've rewatched for the third and final time. And here's a movie that I've rewatched on Wednesday night as well. Really good 2011 movie directed by Steven Spielberg. And now, the rest of the week. Starting with Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and on to Monday. So, yep. Great 2024 movie right here. And a great prequel to the 1984 animated show, Transformers. So, yep. Really good 2007 movie right here. And I will be rewatching and watching the sequels 2, 3, and 4, except for The Last Night, which I heard The Last Night is one of the worst Transformers movie ever made. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 2023 movies right here, along with Oppenheimer. really good 2023 movie that stars John David Washington, Gemma Chan, and Allison Janney. And this movie is directed by Garth Edwards, who also directed Godzilla, the 2014 version. Oh, and forgot to mention, I did watch Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer on Disney Plus on Wednesday afternoon, and it is a pretty good sequel to the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. And if you guys haven't seen the creator, I highly recommend y'all to watch it soon. So, yep. Definitely a really good 1995 movie. Directed by Gus Van Sant and stars Nicole Kidman and Joaquin Phoenix. Great 2006 musical that has Jamie Foxx, Beyonce, uh, Eddie Murphy, and Danny Glover. And if you guys haven't seen the 2006 version, I highly recommend y'all to watch it soon. And of course, I did rewatch the first Accountant movie. Still a really good 2016 movie that has Ben Affleck, who has autism and he fights bad guys. And before I showed this movie, on Saturday afternoon, Blake and I watched The Fantastic Four: First Steps in theaters. Great 2025 MCU movie, and way better than the crappy 2015 movie that we had 10 years ago. And of course, I've watched the sequel to The Accountant from 2025, The Accountant 2 on Amazon Prime. And now, I'm showing this movie right now that I've rewatched on Sunday. And definitely an amazing classic western from 1968, 1969. And if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend y'all to watch it soon. So, yep. And of course, I did watch this movie this Sunday afternoon. Good underrated DC movie from 2022 that has Dwayne Johnson and Pierce Brosnan. Hang on a second, folks. Somebody's knocking, so be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Melissa just come into the room for a second. My dad and my dad are gonna go get a tux for Jasmine and Archie's wedding in September. So, yep. And here's a movie that I've rewatched on Sunday night for its 14th anniversary to this movie that came out. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 2011 movies right here. That has Viola Davis, Emma Stone, Octavia Spencer, and Bryce Dallas Howard. And now, let's get on to yesterday, which is August 11th. Definitely a good 2013 movie. That's between Rocky and Raging Bull. In case you haven't guys noticed. Two more left, folks, and then we're gonna be finished for now. The two movies that I've rewatched yesterday, which is RV, a good 2006 movie that has the late Robin Williams, and Turning Red, which I'm about to show next. And finally, here's the last one. And of course, Turning Red is one of my all-time favorite Disney Pixar movies from 2022 that I've rewatched last night. Well, everybody, that's it for this video for the movies that I've rewatched/rewatch for July 29th through August 11th, 2025. Stay tuned for another video coming up later today. So, anyways, Superman Me 2002, see y'all later and have a great rest of your day.